All right, what's on the bench? I kind of have a weakness for these radios. I don't know, I keep getting attracted by them. I like repairing dead radios. It gives me a lot of pleasure. And I have absolutely no use for these. I don't know anybody else who has any use for these. I just like them. They're from a certain vintage where they're easy to work on, quote, easy to work on. And I've mentioned it before, but there's all kinds of electronics in here from high frequency, power amplifier, low input receive circuits, mixers, filters. There's audio stuff, audio filters, microphone preamps. There's just everything in these radios. And so I just get a lot of enjoyment troubleshooting them and looking at the schematics and stuff. So what is this? It's a Kenwood TS-120S. I'm trying to remember, I had a TS-520 in the way back days. I think that was the second radio I ever owned. I had a Swan 500 before that, but but this is a nice little solid state radio. Let's turn it on. So it has a problem right from the get-go. The frequency didn't work. Okay, if I put it on 14 meters though, nothing. 7 meters, nothing. So it takes a while, and if you let it sit here and warm up, then it seems to work okay. So I think there might be capacitor problems. Yesterday when I first got it, all the bands worked except for the except for 21 megahertz. Everything else worked just fine. And then after about a half hour sitting on the bench, 21 megahertz worked just fine too. So I don't really know what's going on, but that's one of the reasons I like these old radios. Let's see, what else can I tell you about it? I think usually with these radios, the very first thing you need to do is recap them. It may be that everything works great when you recap them. Now, another thing that doesn't work is there's no audio output at all. It's dead quiet. So you can get some noise. You can see the RF gain. You know, the meter works. Everything seems to work except for the display right now. Strange, because that was working fine yesterday. I'm sure after a couple of minutes it will probably turn on as well. So let's let it warm up and I'll show you the insides. All right, got a bunch of screws out. So here's the speaker. We'll just disconnect it. So again, I like the everything is through hole. There's a bazillion. I think there's about 70 capacitors in this thing that need to be changed. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. There's absolutely no audio out. This is a 5-watt audio chip over here, so that chip might be dead. We can either get a replacement chip or put in a different 5-watt audio chip. But yeah, I do like it. Let's flip it over to the back side. There you go. There's more goodness on the back side. It does not have a CW filter. It has the single sideband filter. Lots of little IF cans. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And then the power amplifier here, I think it's a 100 watt radio. Let's see here. And let's go back down to the front, because there we go, we get a display. So the display's working. Display's working fine. So I don't know what it is. It could be that a capacitor is so bad that it takes a while for it to get going again. Oh, 14's working. No 21. No. Oh, see, the only band that works now is 14. See, it's really weird. Oh, there we go. That one's working. Probably, like I said, after you let it warm for a while, it'll probably start working again. Or we could start pushing on PC boards and seeing if things work. But yeah, first thing to do is recap this thing, and it could be that all the problems get solved immediately. But yeah, there you go. It has a good display in it. I wanted to make sure it had a good display in it, otherwise I wouldn't bother working on it, because that's probably the price of the radio right there, is just the display. It didn't come with a microphone, but you can buy microphones for about 15 bucks. Probably do that. Yeah. Oh, the fix button. This is kind of fun. It allows you to have one crystal per band, well, at least on 4 of the bands. You can have 4 crystals in it. And so you can have fixed frequencies. No, nobody does that anymore, but that's kind of interesting. Any other frequencies working yet? 14 works? No? Oh, there we go. No, that one always worked. I don't know. I don't know why it's working, but let me buy a set of capacitors. We will put those in. That will be a fun project. And oh, the other thing that's wrong with it, I think this probably happened in shipping, is that this switch got pushed in, and I need to fix the switch. It's just loose, so I need to take the front panel off and make sure that switch is good again. It's a transmit receive switch, and yeah, go from there. All right, let's just take a quick look at what this radio can do. It can do CW, upper sideband, lower sideband. It can do push to talk, which is manual, Vox, which is voice operated switch. As you talk, it automatically transmits whenever it hears something. The display can either monitor the current draw when it is out, so it's monitoring current draw right now in transmit mode. When it's in receive mode, it's a S meter. And then ALC is automatic level control. And you can set to make sure your modulation is correct with that. Either VFO or crystal. You can have it with the tuning knob here, or you can have RIT, which is, you can do a fine tune with this little knob here. You can see it's changing over there, so that's RIT. So which is a receive. You can have, when it transmits, it's on one frequency, and when it's on receive, it's on a slightly different frequency. You can do an IF shift here. Oh, the IF shift. Oh, interesting. The IF shift move the, oh, let's see here, 21 megahertz. Let's do IF shift. Oh, yeah, see, look. So there's a clue. So now all of the bands are working now. So it goes from 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz. There you go. And it's got this one weird band for WWV, but only at 15 megahertz. Kind of weird. 14. The tunes between 14.5 and 15 megahertz. Not quite sure about what that is. Maybe it's a Japanese thing. Yeah. So yeah, IF shift. Interesting. Maybe there's a filter that's going funny. Then other knobs are microphone gain and carrier. How much carrier you have for CW mode. There's audio frequency gain, which is volume, and RF gain, which is gain. Band selector. Yeah, that's all these guys had. You have ability to put in headphones in the front. I don't know if that's original or was replaced. I don't know. Might be original. Doesn't match the photographs I've seen. Let's talk about the crystal thing here just a second, because it's kind of unusual to see these days. So this little area right here that you can take a crystal and you can plug it. You can plug it in here, so you can have 4 different crystals plugged in. One for the 7 megahertz band, the 14 megahertz band, 21 megahertz band, 28 megahertz band, and you can pop in your crystal. And then when you hit the button on the front, it goes to that frequency there. So that's kind of a fun feature. Okay, there you go. That's what's on the bench today, and I'll probably be working on it as a fun project to do.